brave one. You were the one, so we all gotta die.
Hi, you guys. Welcome to Tea Time.
Hey. Hey, guys.
So we started today off with really positive, really good energy.
Yes!
Because we had an iconic phone call.
Yes!
And most people get really excited when they get like a call from their reps or anything like that. We don't have any of those. But what we have
Or our mothers.
are mothers and that are cut from the same cloth. And
Which is hell, which is the cloth of hell.
the cloth of the devil's cloak. And in the span of 5 minutes, Gabby and I were both told to off. You were told to get on more meds. You were told to get on less meds.
My mom called on the way.
She lost a turtle.
My mom calls on our way here, and she starts the conversation off. Why don't you call me? And then Harper says, "Why don't you call me?" And my mom thinks it's me. And
she's like, "Well, I'm saying I'm calling." And then I just start laughing. You go, "No, mom. That was Harper."
And she goes, "Oh, fuck off." And then I said, I have a doctor's appointment today with my psychiatrist. It's $250 a session. She goes, "You can't do that." And I said, "Well, yeah, no shit, but I'm on Medi-Cal.
Make more money."
She goes, "Oh, what? You're gonna have to make money." And I was like, "Well, little do you know, that's why I'm showing my pussy online."
Have you told her?
Oh,
dude, I swear to God, my mom subscribes to our OnlyFans.
Oh, that would
and
be a dream.
She'd be buying.
Well, at least she's helping us pay the rent, though.
I know. Hey.
Yeah. Anyway, got screamed at. Got told to call more. Then got screamed at. Set my nervous system into a fucking rush.
I know. You get off the phone and you go, "Wow, that made me feel bad." And I'm like, I wasn't even on the phone, and that made me also feel bad.
Now, I need you to just humor me for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be an annoying question, but I literally just need you to tell me the truth. Because I did just get my lips done.
You're gonna ask how they look?
How they look?
I think they look great.
Really?
I really want to get mine done. I just am so afraid of the pain, so I'm not. But they look beautiful.
They don't look too blown out.
I don't think so.
Okay, T.
Yeah,
that's all.
I think they look gorge.
So
that's really that. Well, okay, so we're gonna talk about this on Patreon, you guys. But I just went to.
She had a trip to Austin.
I had a trip to Austin. I went on a first date with someone, and that was pretty wild. We're gonna talk about the rest of it on Patreon. But what I will say is, I was in the airport at LAX, and I hadn't talked to my mom in like a minute, and she was texting me, and she seemed nice. So I thought, sure, what could go wrong? So then I start, engaging in conversation with my mom, and it went from 0 to hell in a matter of milliseconds.
It's so good.
I was like, God, I'm so annoyed right now because I feel so bloated from like the stress and from travel. Yeah, traveling doesn't make you bloated. Your lifestyle makes you bloated. So how about that? And I'm like, okay. There it is. And then she got a few more zingers in, and I said, you know what?
They love to get in their zingers.
Sweet little girl. Can't take it.
They love to get their zingers in. And like I was saying in the car, it's no wonder that my attachment style is so fucking anxious that I can't relax in a relationship, that I think that I'm always doing everything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And, we can unpack for the rest of our lives. We know what it is. And, yeah. And then when I was on the phone with my mom, I was like, I would like to get into therapy. And she goes, "What's the deal with all this mental health stuff?" You remember when she said that?
Yeah, she did.
"What's the deal with all this mental health stuff?" I was like, "Well, I'd like to be in therapy." "Why do you need all this mental health shit?" I said, "Maybe it's because of you."
Maybe.
Epigenetics, bitch.
I told my mom one time, I was like, "Mom, you need to get into therapy because the way you speak to people is very jarring. It's very aggressive, and it's very unpredictable," which is also goes back into jarring. And she goes, "Oh, I've done therapy, sweetie. How about you get in it? Look at yourself." And I go, ooh, I think I will.
Mm-hmm.
So wild.
My mom thinks that she's better than all of her therapy. I've done it. I'm like, really? Because you act like shit.
Which is kind of hot. I
It's
go, okay.
so epigenetics. It's so, thank you for changing my DNA with your fucking spiked cortisol when I was in the womb.
I've never felt more crazy in my goddamn life
than after a phone call with your mother.
After a phone call, but also especially when I was living under the same roof.
So bad.
Honey.
God, I get like war flashbacks thinking about it.
You know.
I remember like getting ready for school in the morning because my mom was a teacher. I'd be getting ready for school. We'd be up at the same time. We shared one bathroom, and she'd be like smoking in the bathroom, and we would just like fight in the fucking bathroom together. That's why I've never smoked, because it just grossed me out so much.
Mm-hmm.
Being just locked in that damn bathroom with her.
Not locked in the bathroom. Playing 7 Minutes in Heaven
Yeah.
before school.
Yeah. That's what we'd be doing.
My mom she loved coming to my room in the morning. She would wake me up because I would often sleep through my alarm. And then she would wake me up and it would always be like the same thing. She would start off nice,
She'd
like,
start eating
hey,
out.
dude, all the time.
Weird.
And I'm just like, I like it with teeth. So if you're going to do it, at least do it the way that I like.
Yeah. Put them dentures back in.
Put those chompers back in and just shoot. Okay, that's really sickening. But so she would go, hey, good morning. 3 young girls were stoned to death and then their corpses were in Istanbul. Hey. And I'm like, oh.
Why do they love that?
Okay,
they love that.
I feel like your mom, because our moms have similar energy. My mom, and it was always at the crack of dawn. So it was like 6:30 in the morning or 6 in the morning. My mom would be like, hi, guess what? In Iran, a girl tried to speak out for her family and then she was murdered and then eaten by her own father. Good morning. I missed you. And I'm like, what the hell
and
is
somehow,
this?
And if my mom told me that story, then she would somehow turn it on me and be like, but you know what? You would never stick up for me, would you?
Oh, yeah.
So at least she died in vain. At least she died doing something for her mother.
Yes, yeah. And she's like, so the next time you want to complain about where you live, Harper-Rose, how about you think about those little innocent dead girls? You're not even thinking about them because you don't have empathy because you're a sociopath, aren't you? And I'm like, good morning.
All you do is think about yourself.
Yeah.
Because all you do is think about yourself. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? My mom, dude, my dad's impression of my mom is so funny too because it's just like barking. Because that's what it sounds like. After you talk to her for a while, you're just like,
See, and my mom, it's less of like a bark. It's more of like a growl. My mom's like, I swear to God. And you're like, oh, okay.
They're really terrifying. It would be nice to have a functional relationship one day, but I don't know if,
Well, I was telling you in the car I had to reblock and it just makes me sad because, because I'm trying to be there for her because she's kind of like going through a lot right now. But I'm like, God damn, you really drag me down with you.
They do.
Yeah. I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's pretty hard.
I like want to unblock, send a like a cute little text and then just like reblock. But I'm like, I'm gonna just wait a full week.
You just gotta wait.
I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, my one of my close friends just said she had to block her mom too.
It's painful
because her mom started kind of flipping out and she was like, nope, not right now. Not doing this right now.
It's also, I always have this gnawing voice in the back of my head of like, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. But then also like, things have been starting to go a little bit better career wise. And I've been like really excited about that. And I made the mistake of trying to share some of like the good news with her, and she goes, I mean, you still got 2 roommates and I don't really know what's going on.
The worst thing to do is like to try and tell your mom about your good news.
And she goes, oh yeah, can you afford literally she's like, can you afford health insurance? You got medicine? No? Oh well, okay. How about you send me some money? Oh, you're doing so well, send me some money. How about that? And I'm like, yeah, I've done it twice. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, after all I've done for you, you can't do anything for me.
I wouldn't be in this predicament right now if it wasn't for you. I'm like, I honestly, and I had the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck 3 times. I was trying to send y'all a message that I wasn't trying to come out here. So this is on her.
It is on her.
Yeah.
My mom had like 3 abortions before me. I know they were all me.
Yeah, they were. You fought your way into this world.
She kept trying to bring me back.
Literally. Well, we have a really electric prompt this week, and it is what past traumas,
what past insecurities do you bring into
new relationships?
It's funny. Last time my boyfriend said, because he was like, I can tell that you've been like kind of off, kind of depressed last week. And I was like, does that bother you? He's like, I'm here thick and thin. We're here to do it thick and thin. I said, it's actually very sweet.
That is very sweet.
Still at the end of the day, I lay my head down and I go, he doesn't want to be with me.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to be with me. He doesn't mean that. The fuck is wrong with me?
That's your spice. That's your fun. That's your sparkle.
I wish it made me spicy, but it doesn't. It makes me like weird and needy and depleted.
I know.
And energetically depleted.
I was looking for the word sparkle, but spice came out first. But
it doesn't even make me like hot girl crazy. It makes me just like, it's like so exhausting. I'm like,
does it turn you into a sad little puddle?
Always a sad little puddle.
Honey. Okay, so you would say that you bring in like trust issues, fear of abandonment.
Total fear of abandonment. I let fear run my life. I bring so much fear into relationships. Fear of abandonment, fear of not being good enough, fear of being left,
Mm-hmm.
fear of like being too boring, fear that, it's like, God, it's exhausting. It's always the same thing too. It's always the same fucking fear. No matter the partner, the fear is always there.
I completely get that. And it's kind of it's nice to know where it stems from, but then it also is exhausting to know where it stems from. But like also, I mean, okay, so I just hung out with my dad for the first time in months for my brother's birthday a few weeks back. And this was the first time I ever called him out on doing this. But I realized in that moment that this is also a fear that I bring into every relationship. Okay, we're really getting on some Freud shit today. But I bring a lot of insecurities about like, I get really afraid that my partners are going to see me how my parents see me, because my parents, every time they're in arguments, they love being like, yeah, we know the real you. Anyone that ever gets to know you is going to hate you because we know the real you. And like, we see you for what you are. And I'm like traumatized.
The we that you created.
Yeah. And I'm like,
the me that we created.
Yeah. And I go, I go, very few people have seen this, but all right. But
this is where the power of meditation and sitting still comes in, right? This is the shit that I need to implement, because it's like separating yourself from like the ego, from everything that's been created to like for your identity, and it just like sitting in self.
Well, this is also why I kind of fell off with Al-Anon. Yeah, with Al-Anon, but I've had to, like, over the past like couple of weeks, I've had to really like lean back into program very hard, because that program specifically really helps diminish these loud negative voices in your head, and it really quiets it. And the only thing is, it is hard work, and so I go, I think I'll be unhealthy, me. But I know it has been really great to lean back in. But so like one thing I noticed is when I was out to dinner or out to lunch with my dad, was he's having this amazing conversation with my brother. He's hamming it up with everyone at the table. And I realized the entire day he hadn't asked me one single question. And I was like, okay. And then so finally I just called him out. And then there was like silences, and he would like look at me and smile and just like look away and then go back to talking to my brother.
Like, you know anything about me?
Yeah. And then I was just like, and then I just like couldn't take it. And I'm kind of like, this is like when my crazy came out, and just like at the table, I was just like all with like family and shit. But I was just like, Dad, how come you won't ask me one single question?
They don't know how to.
And then he was just like, what would you like to say? And I'm like, ooh. And that tone, I've dated a few people that have that, of like, what is it? And so then I get really scared.
So
I'm like, so whenever like I'll be like talking or sharing something about myself with a new person, I'm like, oh, are they bored? Oh, do they actually not even want to hear this? Oh God. I
have that too. It's really painful. It's really painful to think that like whenever you talk to somebody, you're boring them, that they're not listening.
Mm-hmm.
It's also why I think it like, and I fucking do this too. Like, when people are on their phones and they talk to you, I'm always on my fucking phone, but like then I'll be with my boyfriend, and then he'll like just be on his phone around me, and then I start getting like, I'm like, oh, is my presence not enough?
Mm-hmm.
Because you start feeling like you're boring.
Yeah.
Or
like you're like disinterested.
Yeah.
But that's with Love and Light, that is funny coming from you, because
I'm always on my phone.
You'll literally be like, oh my God, how was last night? Okay, so, and I'm like, literally. Oh, okay. But now I'm like used to it, because like I know that's just like how you are. But
it's an ADHD thing too. It's a thing of like, I'm like addicted to it. So it's like,
they got to be like stimulated.
Yeah.
And getting like a little fix.
It's not good.
No.
It's not good. It doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel good when other people do it to you. And it doesn't feel good when I'm doing it. It's just like, ugh.
I've been trying, that is something because I got pretty bad too with being on my phone, but I've been trying to be really good about like when I'm with someone, I like just really try and keep my phone off.
Crazy. We're talking about it now, and I'm
like you're
like burning. I'm like,
you're like, oh, I gotta check. But guess what? Nothing's happening.
Nothing's happening.
So I was just with a new person, and they did bring up something. They were like, oh, you seem so confident online. This is like interesting. Like wait, can I speak? No. The juxtaposition of you being, like actually getting to know you. And because like I am more like I kept being like, oh, I'm shy. And this person was like, I don't think you're shy. I think you're insecure. And I was like, okay.
I'm rolling my eyes into my fucking butthole right now. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because people do have this thing where they're like, oh, you have this like big online personality. And it's like, yeah, because like we're entertainers. But when it comes down to it, when you like are with you and by yourself and with your friends, like you are not, it's all like a hyperbolized version of yourself. Even even who we are in this podcast is like pretty much who we are, but it's also hyperbolic. It's like you say things to get a rise, you make things like bigger than they are because it's like entertainment.
Except when we were talking about my mom eating me out before school, like that's
true.
real. That is true.
Real. That is real.
Yeah, and I think that's like like a really important part of my lore.
It is. And
thank you.
It is.
Thank you.
And it is funny when people are like, yeah, you have this like huge presence. Why are you like so like shut down and reserved in real life? And it's like, because it's a fucking, it ain't. It's just a part of your personality.
I'm an actual person.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, that kind of, I was like.
I've gotten that before too.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it, I'm just like kind of like sad and inside myself all of the time. Like literally the other day I told you I went to Malibu with some friends of mine for my friend Annika's birthday. And in the ride there, Adrian Joy, the whole time, they were like, you're always fucking grumpy. You're like the grumpiest bitch. You're always in a bad mood. Why are you always in a bad mood? You're always quiet. You're always in a bad mood. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of, because I kind of am.
You are always just, I feel like that's just like your default is just grumpy.
It's kind of moody. Well, I don't even know I'm moody. I'm just kind of like grumpy.
It's not moody. No, because like it's one mood and it's just like always like, dare I say like crotchety, but like it's funny and there's a charm there, but it's like.
Definitely crotchety.
But we got to always like kind of check in on you, be like, you good?
Yeah. Always kind of a little bit sad and always kind of crotchety.
I'm always like, I don't feel like I'm always grumpy, but I'm definitely always a little bit sad.
Always a little bit sad.
Always a little bit sad. And I love to bring that to new relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess
it's
what?
Really
sad.
Easy. Sad. Just sad. Literally just sad.
No, I'm like literally sad. I feel like before I went through a bad breakup in 2020, I was just like regular fucked up. But then ever since then, now I bring like almost like I bring like a jadedness into a relationship.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, I mean, it's going to end and like you're already cheating and like this isn't real at all. Like, I don't like trust anyone now. Which is kind of cool
while you say this because it's true.
No, it's like really sad and it's really true.
It's really sad. It's really true. It's really sad. It's really true. And they really do fuck you up. And they, I was talking to my sponsor the other day and I was just like, I have these fears. And she's like, you need to drop the stories. You need to drop the stories. That's
because that's exactly what it is. It's also a false way to. Or not, maybe not false, but it's like it's a chaotic way for us to like seem like we're in control because like you're controlling the narrative and like
trying to predict an outcome.
If it's bad, then you're like, oh, well, I already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's trying to predict the outcome. It's being like, well, I've already been so I already know that, and that's why I'm always fucking sad now around my boyfriend because I'm like, well, every time I'm really in love with somebody, they leave, so I know that that's what's gonna happen. And you start manifesting it, and it's horrible, and it's like you can intellectually understand it, but it's like so ingrained in your neural pathways that this is the way things are going to go, which is why meditation is the answer because it helps you like so having self-compassion through meditation is like the only way to break through these and to repave the neural pathways because it's like a fucking river just carved out like this is how it's going to go, so then your brain's always flowing down this river that's like, well, things are going to be bad because things have always been bad, blah, 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 and you can't get yourself out of it.
But okay, yes but no. I disagree.
Without changing the neural pathways,
right
you have to
it's also like
brain.
it's like using self-control, which is so fucking hard, which is also why like, and I literally need to get better about doing this, but like when I start telling myself a story, I have to like, it's not just enough to like, oh, take pause. You have to take like activated pause and just be like, okay, right in this moment, I have to divert and I have to do something else. Also, that's why they always say get out of self, because all of this shit is just us being self-absorbed. Like, what about this? What about this? What about that? And it's like,
but these are the pathways that are carved so deeply.
No,
which
of
is,
course,
with
of
like
course.
you have to fucking shut off the river and like create a new pathway, which is what they say, like the power of self-compassion through meditation is like the biggest. And like doing activities, if you like start to find yourself going down a certain way, it's like you have to reroute it by like maybe doing an activity,
right?
Because sitting in self just has you going fucking cuckoo bananas, and and then you're like addicted to the cortisol spike and being like,
that's the crux of Al-Anon. It's like being addicted to pain, adrenaline, and stress.
Yeah.
Like, and then when I sometimes I really catch myself and I'll find myself having a nice calm moment and I'm like, oh, I'm not getting my fix right now of those three things. Like, how do I spike it up? And often sometimes this is fucked, but this is when I start being like, oh, I need to text my mom because 100%. Like I need that hit of pain. And someone in a meeting shared something one time. I'm going to butcher it, so I won't even try, but they said they had this really poetic way of being like, I feel like I'm in a relationship with my pain. And like, I will do anything
Real.
in this relationship to keep it going.
Yeah.
And like, I will burn everything in my life to the ground just so I can keep pain close
And
by.
at least there's self-awareness, you know? It's like I feel like so many people, most people we know function from that place without any sort of awareness.
Right.
You know, I mean, we see it online all the time. We're being bullied by people like this online all the time. Like we're having we see it happening all the time because people live in so much pain and then take it out on other people and then expect other people to react to them.
There's no regulation over most of our own emotions, like, because like we haven't been taught either by our like who we were raised by or in schools. But also think about it, like this country like benefits from you being sick
100%
by either living in addiction, because like alcohol is such a huge if you like want to like bring it all the way back there, but like, you know, we live in like such like a party country where it's like, okay, like, yeah, booze, get fucked up, don't heal yourself, like, like it's just, and everything's like so focused on like me. There's no sense of like real like health and community. And
yeah, I mean, in Western culture specifically is such an individualistic culture. Like if you want to go all the way back, it's like you look at Europeans and what we fucking did. You know, it's like you read Guns, Germs, and Steel, where it's like Europeans annihilated the world because we fucking came out on top because we had the guns. We had we brought the disease to everywhere, and
I read that
conquerors.
over the pandemic, and I was just like, oh, okay.
It's really, and it's like, yeah, we're like an individualistic society that thinks that everything belongs to us. We're very entitled. And I think it's part of human nature, but I also think it is a uniquely like Western. That's not to say that this doesn't exist in every culture, but I think that like United States specifically, it's like a Westernized culture type of thing. And it's very individualistic, very self-absorbed, very like I'm entitled to everything.
It's asshole culture.
Yeah.
It's straight up asshole culture.
And it's like what we were founded on. We were founded on this thing of like, we're better than everybody else. We're the conquerors. And now we're like the most isolated, depressed, addicted fucking.
Oh, okay. So when I was just in Austin, we were at Brighton Springs, I think it is. And we're like laying in this little park area, and just around us, everyone was talking about some sort of form of addiction. Like, oh yeah, my brother just got out of rehab, and oh, it's been really bad for the family. Oh yeah, so like, yeah, I just stopped drinking, and like, oh God, it's been really crazy, and like, oh man, I can't seem to stop doing that. Like every single person around us was talking about some sort of addiction. May it be a friend or a family. Someone's like, oh my cousin just got out of rehab, and da 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 da. Like every single person was talking about that, and I'm like, around us, and it was a very crowded park, and I was just like, that's wild. How many people have been affected by this, and in such like a small radius, you know? And
then you come to LA and everybody's just talking about their screenplays and themselves.
Yeah, which is an even bigger cry for help.
It's an even bigger cry for help.
Yeah. Well, here people are going to rehab for like script research.
That's so true.
And guess what? The film ain't gonna get made, sis.
Hey, guess what? It ain't.
It ain't.
Hey, there's one filmmaker, and it's Judd Apatow. So let's get into Judd Apatow.
Oh wow. Okay, that's your filmmaker.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
Okay.
And M. Night Shyamalan.
Remember when we did that film podcast?
No, I haven't done a film podcast.
Yeah. Okay. And I have a film podcast.
Which one?
You literally did it with me, Andrew Roflos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's on Film Buffs.
Was it a film podcast?
Yeah, it was. It was all about movies and actors.
Don't know any.
Don't.
Oh, you know, on my walk this morning to get a coffee, one of the unhoused men, I'll say that for the fucking pussies that listen to this. Don't get homeless. One of the unhoused meth heads that lives on the corner.
Well, let me say this, actually. I'm going to interrupt your story with this really quick, and then we're coming right back.
This guy's homeless as fuck, by the way.
I'm going to be honest. I just volunteered this morning with Feed the Streets, and one of the guys down there, because you stand in a line and you hand out food and waters and fruit, and one of the guys was like, another day of being homeless. And I go, interesting.
You say that's the attitude.
I said, excuse me, you idiot. You're actually unhoused.
Yeah.
Excuse me, you bumbling idiot. you're fucking
You're
unhoused.
unhoused. It's not homeless anymore. Get
Yeah,
it right.
I said, hey, you sound insensitive.
Yeah, you sound insensitive.
I
to
go,
your
you
culture.
sound stupid, babe.
and you don't want to make those like you don't want to make the white girls upset.
Yeah. You don't want to make the housed whites upset.
So you better get it right.
I said, hey.
Now, Mr. fucking homeless was shitting in a bucket, staring right at me, eyes blazed red, already had shit just pouring down his sweatpants. I said, another day in LA.
Yeah.
Of course you feel empathy. Of course you feel sad, but you look at it and you go, fuck, man, life is bleak, ain't it?
What?
Oh, it's bleak.
Okay.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It's hard.
Or were you trying to say, like, you look at that and you go, maybe my life isn't that hard? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying life on planet Earth is bleak and hard.
Okay.
I guess you could also spin it up to be like, but it's also quite beautiful. And in some ways it is.
It is. But you want to know what? I think it's really sad how, like, unless you are contributing to this capitalistic hellhole, that's the only time that you matter to the government. Like, they don't actually try and help you. Like, there's the entire streets. This is just in fucking LA. Entire streets that you can't even really go down because they've just been overcome with how many homeless people that are living literally just in the gutter.
Yeah, it's fucking bleak.
And there's like no help in sight.
No,
and like
none.
everyone has all these like one guy had an open wound. That's just gonna have to fester.
Oh, they love that. They love
They love open wounds.
They love open wounds, and by they I mean the government, because the government doesn't give a fuck. So they say, yeah,
they love
it,
open wounds.
sis.
They go, please have an open wound.
have an open wound. We're not going
and
to do
come
anything
spend
about
money
it.
at the hospital. Oh wait, you don't have any money? Then fuck you.
Yeah.
This is cool.
I am getting reamed by the autistic community right now. They posted a bit
About walking on the toes.
walking on your toes. So I wrote this joke about my cousin, who, as a kid,
Which cousin?
James.
Okay.
Who does the opening, and it's so funny because we talk about him all the time, and he was like, cousin, you called me a pussy on the podcast. I think I talked about this on the last episode. Anyway, I wrote a joke about kids that are like big fat fucking dorks, and I had my cousin in mind when I wrote this because he would always walk on his tippy toes. My cousin's not autistic, but I wrote this joke with him in mind, and I posted it on my Instagram, and now the autistic community is coming for me.
Yeah.
And they're like, you fucking making fun of autistic kids. I'm like, little do you guys know I'm just making fun of my cousin James.
Yeah. And my brother Eli.
And your brother Eli, who walks on his tippy toes.
Okay, you guys, we were just talking about this in the car, but I have to just share
And my
it.
old roommate James Egan, who's the biggest fucking dork I've ever seen in my life. He walks on his tippy toes. Not
Yeah.
autistic.
Well, one time we were hanging out with
Dork.
Eli in the pandemic. We were like hanging out. We were like going for a little walk, and then you and I started walking on our. We're like, Eli, look, this is how you walk. And then we started walking on our tippy toes. We're like, look, we're doing the Eli. And then we were supposed to keep. We had like plans to like make some videos, and then he was like, that's it, we're leaving. And so we got into his car. He drops us off, and then just speeds off. And then like the next day, he's like, yeah, so I cut the hangout short, and I was walking around my apartment practicing because I didn't
Practicing walking flat-footed.
Yeah, because he's like, I never realized I walked like that until you pointed it out, and it really horrified me.
Why is it the sign of a dork walk? And this is excluding autistic people. I understand that it's a trait, but we are not including autists in this.
Yeah, no, we're not. We're just talking about straight fucking dorks.
Dorks, dude.
Now, my brother does have a lot of autistic traits.
So does my cousin, but he's not.
But
autistic.
it's giving Venn diagram. You know what I'm saying?
Venn diagram.
Also, this is interesting.
They're just really smart. They're
extremely smart.
My boyfriend is somebody who I also wouldn't be surprised if he walked on his tippy toes.
He has the energy.
He has the energy.
Yeah.
But my boyfriend is also a fucking dork.
Major dork.
He's such a dork. He's like a big film dork. Dork.
Yeah, big dork.
Big
dork McGee.
Dork McGee.
Mhm.
Somebody commented, they were like, she commented on it, she's like, unfollowed. Not funny, trying to have a tough girl act. Boring. And I was like, if you're a pussy, just say it.
Yeah.
You fucking pussy.
And that's on Tough Girl Act.
And that's on, and little does she know I'm just at home crying.
Yeah, little does she know you are not a tough girl at all. You look like a tough girl, but you are...
Tough girl act. Boring. Okay, you fucking cunt.
Oh. Okay.
Go walk on your tippy toes, you fucking bitch. Because you know she does.
You know how
She
you
got
can
a strong cow, for
you can
sure.
respond to comments with a video. You should have just responded with just you walking on your tippy toes.
And
I
then
like that.
queefing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny that Eli went home and tried to walk flat-footed.
I like that you said tried too, because you know that he still kind of walks with a little bounce,
Absolutely.
a little pep in that front step.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Do you think really what it is? It's a gay thing. And I'm just making fun of the gay community.
Probably.
Yeah.
But you would know because you're like really in that.
When I was little, I actually tried for a while to like force myself to walk on my tippy toes
Okay.
because I thought it looked elegant, but I couldn't stick with it.
Like you had invisible heels on?
Yeah. Instead, I just walk like a fucking oaf, like my dad, who like swings his legs out and has no spatial awareness.
Like pigeon, what is it?
No, pigeon
you
toed
walk
is
out.
inwards.
Oh, in?
Outwards is just, I don't know, it's fucking oaf. My dad just walks around
Like a
flailing his
oaf?
limbs out.
Okay.
That's also how I walk.
Oh.
Like an oaf.
Okay.
So is the oaf community going to come for me next?
And that's also something that you bring to relationships.
Being a fucking oaf?
Mm-hmm. The oaf walk. The poly walk, as I say.
It's not the polywog.
That's something, sweet girl.
Should we read the fucking stories?
Yeah. Find one. Ooh. Okay. T for tits. I am recently broken up with. What I came to
Nice.
Okay. What I came to the conclusion I have most fucked up feels prior I dated someone for a short time to last person. A man said to me, "Oh, okay." A man said to me, "Yeah, you're like a tranny." And my reply was, "So what if I was?" Yet this is all due to being nothing more than an almost A cup, small petite body.
See? I get it too. People always tell me I look trans. That's not bad, but like they're saying it as an insult. I know they are.
I know.
They're saying it with hate in their hearts.
They are saying it because they're not like, "You look trans." God damn. They're saying, "You look fucking trans."
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
Yeah. You look, what they're saying is you look like a man. Is what they're trying to say.
They're trying, and they're so fucking stupid.
They're so fucking stupid.
And that's literally a stupid ass thing to say. Also, that's the thing too, right? Because like they couldn't even fucking get with a fucking hot ass trans person.
No, they couldn't.
They could never. They would be fucking lucky. Okay, wait, this is okay. So about this, so unfortunately, I have to tell you this, and I was trying to wait till Patreon, but I have to just tell you one little bit of gossip right now. I did see Andrew Dice Clay.
You saw the Dice Man?
I saw the Dice Man. Oh, in Austin.
Yeah.
And he has this bit about flat-chested girls.
How's it go?
And it was, I'm gonna butcher it, but it was like, "Hey, you ever see a girl without any tits? Look like a fucking little boy, like a fucking bug. I want to throw up on that flat chest, you fucking bitch." And I'm like, oh, okay.
Look like a fucking...
"Hey, my dick would get inverted if I saw someone without any, or some woman without any tits. Hey!" I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And you are, I am a representative of the titless community.
And you're really triggering the Dice Man.
I guess I am. And every other man that, "I don't get it!
And
Where
then-
are the tits?"
And then don't worry, because he's saying these just like, "Hey, if you don't got tits, you don't got my respect," or whatever, however the fuck he talks. And then guys are like, "Yeah, love you, Dice." I'm like,
my dad will not stop calling.
okay, it's because we're talking about tits. He can sense it.
Hey,
You got to put it.
hey,
What you doing?
nothing. Let me call you back.
You called me back last time and the time before.
Do an impression of Mom really quick.
Gabby! Gabby! The milk is on the wrong side of the refrigerator again. Where's my forks?
Where's my foot?
All right, I want to know where my National Geographics are. There's 3 of them missing. Out of a shelf of 10,000. You go, what? You know, what the fuck? What?
John.
Gabby!
All right, let me call you back.
Wait, John.
Who's that?
It's me, Harper.
Harper!
John.
All right, let me call you.
Wait, John, I have a question for you.
What's that?
Would you ever get back with Pam?
Would I ever get another root canal when I didn't need one?
Oh!
No!
All right, let me call you back.
I'll say one thing about her, though. She's one of the funniest people I've ever met, but woo! But she's 2 bottles of wine a night. The first bottle, she's a whole lot of fun. Second bottle, you better duck.
Oh!
Better duck.
Because it's coming your way. It ain't pretty.
All right, let me call you back.
Bye, John.
Bye, Harper.
Okay, not me hooking up with your dad,
I
but
know, literally.
that's really funny because your mom can have 2 bottles of wine. Okay, that's great. My mom can have 2 glasses of wine. And my mom starts out mean. She has 1 and she gets like a little bit quiet. And then she has 2 glasses. And then that's when you have to start literally running because the monster's coming out.
Yeah, the monster's coming out. Yep.
Okay, so this person's flat. We love to see it.
And
as my tits like hanging out. Sorry.
Get it?
My bad. Didn't mean to flex on you.
Okay.
I look at my darling grapes in the mirror now and remember that guy called his penis Huey because he said it's
I just, like,
humongous.
hold on.
Wait, no, because you're stepping on this. So the
Okay.
guy called his penis Huey because he said it's humongous. It's always the ones that are shit at giving oral, shit at sex, who think they can have some foe getting out of jail because they have a Huey.
You guys are cut from the same cloth, though. Not you saying you're grapes.
That was kind of crazy.
So he didn't like you because you were flat chested. That was. So that's what she brings to every relationship, is that she's just titless.
Yeah.
Huh. Me and you, girl. Me and you. You know what I would say that I bring to every relationship that I know that you don't bring?
What?
Just like bomb head, juicy, dripping pussy.
No, because here's the thing.
You don't
I
bring that.
actually no, I legit have a tight pussy, and you legit have like poop stained underwear. And that is something that you bring. You bring
I have so I have poop stained underwear, but I definitely have a tight fucking wop.
You have a very tight asshole because you've had to like learn how to like clench because you had too much poop falling out, so you had to.
You're so fucking mad. You're so mad that I give and like don't like you're so mad I give bomb gluck gluck. I swallowed last night.
Okay. Did you come?
No.
Then there it is. So someone's mad.
You're mad.
Oh, couldn't be mad. Couldn't be mad at that.
A little bit mad.
No, not at all.
Did you give bomb gluck gluck last night?
No.
Yeah, well, because you can't.
I didn't give bomb gluck gluck last night.
Because
No.
can't.
Hmm.
Because can't.
Yeah. You couldn't because you just got your lips done. So you okay.
Couldn't use my upper lip. That's for sure. Couldn't do a good suction.
Yeah, you couldn't do it. You just licked it like it was a clit because you eat your boyfriend out, and you're never gonna beat these allegations. And I want you guys to know that I'm being dead fucking serious. You legitimately eat your boyfriend out.
I don't eat him out
because he watches
suck him off.
He watches the Criterion Channel, so he'll put on a black and white movie, and he's like, back in Oberlin, we studied this. And
no,
then
I suck him off. I suck him off good.
You go.
No,
Yeah, you do.
I suck him off good.
No.
I put that hot wang in my mouth. I suck him off good.
It probably is hot because he needs like these art bros don't have the best hygiene, and so you probably put that like flaming hot rancid.
He has good hygiene.
You put that long clit in your mouth, and you just fucking give it a little lickayana, and that's what you do.
You love long clits.
You want me to be into you eating your boyfriend out, and I'm just not, sis. I'm not.
I suck him off good.
No, well, last night you especially didn't because everyone's talking about it. You didn't.
Give me a story.
No. Because you're spinning one right now. You're literally spinning lies.
Give me a story.
No.
I have a doctor's appointment at noon.
Yeah.
Want me to talk to Dr. Penshu on telehealth?
Too bad because we have 20 more minutes of this podcast, so read this.
Okay. Insecurity or mental illness? Both can be true. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that because I've got both.
Okay, we get it.
As a person with ADHD, I often suffer from debilitating executive dysfunction. True.
Mm-hmm.
Basically making it impossible for me to make decisions.
Wait, I didn't know that was a side effect of ADHD.
Okay, but can you make the decision to give bomb gluck gluck?
Yeah, when I feel like it. Didn't feel like it last night. And apparently you didn't feel like it either. You didn't feel like it either.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
That's how much of a trooper I am.
No.
I say even though I can't even tighten my upper lip around that fat cock, I can still unhinge the jaw like a little snake.
Yeah. But then you're just like kind of like leaving it in there, kind of like a microwave meal. So when you're ready to talk about not coming, we'll be here for you. But
so I always end up dating arrogant, controlling douchebags because they're good at making decisions for me, and I find that comforting. However, I also have ODD, and I hate it when people tell me what to do. What is ODD?
I don't know what ODD. Let me look it up.
I get that though, because I have a thing where when people tell me what to do, I'm like, fuck off, I'm not doing that. Needless to say, I'm single. Fuck my life. Love you, honks. But you know what? You're gonna find somebody.
ODD.
ODD. You really got me with the title here. Let's hear what this queen has to say.
A disorder in a child marked by defiant and
Oh,
disobedient
show me.
behavior to authority figures.
All right, I have that.
Okay.
I have that. That's so me. That is so me.
Okay, easy.
You're jealous because I have ODD.
I think you would love to have that, but no, this seems like a child sociopath. Oh, so maybe you do.
I do.
Yeah. Interesting. It was bad. Okay. Anyways, my sponsor just texted me. We love to see it. Okay. Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I am unlovable boss bitch who literally just works here. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, honks.
Hey.
I wrote in about the battered men last prompt. To let you know what I did, since y'all insisted, I'm gonna have to get a bit vulnerable. I broke into my ex's house in a manic rage. He had given me a spare during our relationship. I justified this by the rage I had from his rejection of wanting to just have one last conversation far after our relationship was over. Clearly, I haven't gotten over it yet. But that threw me over the edge because honestly, I was tired of men not hearing what I truly had to say and feel. And I get that.
I get that too, sis.
Being ignored is one of the biggest fucking triggers.
And that's the primal rage of women. By the way, I don't even think we have control over that. I think it's so deeply biologically ingrained in us.
That's just what comes built in with being a woman.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Like Shakespeare said, or was it Shakespeare? Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Yeah, that was Shakespeare.
Was that Shakespeare?
Yeah.
It was either that or Lord Byron. I don't know. It's one of those two fucks. One of those two dork fucks that absolutely walked on their tippy toes.
Yeah.
Losers.
Oh, Shakespeare fucking walked on his
Fucking
toes.
loser, dude.
Have you seen that wig?
Have you seen that fucking stash?
Tippy toe.
Tippy toe ass bitch.
Hell has no fury like a woman scorned.
Like you would fucking know.
Pussy, dude.
Okay. Let's see. Justify this rage I had of rejection. I just wanted one last conversation far after our relationship was over. I was tired of not being heard. Okay. I felt like, he's going to hear me one way or another. So I broke into his house and came to my senses while pacing alone in his house waiting for him. I keyed a heart into his driver's side door, period. I felt psychotic in the moment.
A heart?
Excuse me. Yeah, like the greater than sign and then a 3.
T.
I like that. I think after giving so much of my love and energy to someone, I felt like I couldn't deal with such pain. I remember I broke into someone's house one time and fucked it up. Honestly, I get it. I remember it feeling, and I don't regret it. I remember it feeling like I was experiencing every single piece of embarrassment and rejection in my life over and over and over again. I was feral. When I came to my senses, I realized at the end of the relationship, as much as he was at fault, so was I. I grew up with an emotionally unavailable mother, so I became emotionally unavailable with everyone. Yep. But I feel like the daddy issues soon crept up too because I saw myself operating like a man in romantic or flirtatious settings. Interesting.
I see that. Okay.
Interesting. I have never had any emotional stability demonstrated to me, so I quickly learned to manipulate and dispose of men. I also have an extreme fear of intimacy, so when I finally decided to let a man near, it meant something to me because I don't let many people in general. You be letting people in. I've been told many times in multiple relationships that I am too hard to love or that I'm not easy to understand. Oh, and although those can be valid arguments, I think that is just an insecurity I carry heavily with me, especially when it comes to intimate love. Unfortunately, it seems like a lot of my relationships have mirrored the one I had with my mother in many ways. If you remember the last prompt, I said I had a mother who loved but didn't like me. I do remember you saying this.
Gee.
Wait a minute, I do. And
my mom has said that to me.
Yes, yeah, my mom loves to say it to me almost every single time we talk.
Good.
And she hates my birthday for some odd reason. So, and it's as if I have some kind of Stockholm syndrome or something, because even when it's going good, I can subconsciously manipulate it to become just that. I seek deep love and validation without knowing how to reciprocate it. As self-aware as I am, I do not always know what the fuck is going on or what I'm doing.
So real.
I literally just work here. Anyways, long story short, y'all have become an outlet. I love you. Keep being you.
God damn, it felt like you were reading me to filth, bitch. That's
yeah,
so real.
This is something we deeply struggle with.
I will say, listening to you read that makes me very grateful. Like, we do have, for the very most part, a very self-aware audience that was well written. That was like insider baseball. I don't know if that's the right term, but you have a very good grasp on yourself and the way that it is that you function. Unfortunately, like you said, it's so annoying that we can have all this self-awareness and still not even know how to get a grip on ourselves.
Yeah.
It's like self-awareness is half the fucking battle. I feel for you, girl.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I mean, it does suck. I know. I was feeling frustrated the other day with a lot of these things. I'm like, I can see, I'm at an age now too where I'm like, and just like at a point in my life where I can see what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it, but it's just like changing it is the extremely, extremely hard part. But also I have to just be real with myself. And I also know I am the healthiest when I am consistently going to and showing up for program, and I really fell off in a very bad way, and
Yeah.
all of my defects came back like in a tidal wave.
That's
And
why
it
they
felt very
say-
crushing, and my life has become a little bit unmanageable in certain regards,
Mhm.
like personally.
It's the thing of, like, they say in AA too, it's like a daily reprieve. Like, you forget about things as soon as you leave the fucking room. So it's like, if I don't go for a day, I forget like how bad shit can get.
Mm-hmm.
And that really do be how it is.
Yeah, Gab.
It is. It's a daily reprieve. We forget if we don't fucking show up for ourselves. It's really hard. It's really
Okay.
hard.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we have a lot of fun emails. I'm not seeing. Okay, wait. Here we go.
And you have a psychiatrist appointment in 2 minutes.
Yeah, want to end on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, sorry guys. Move over to Patreon. What past insecurities do you bring to a new relationship? Love the pod. Thought deeply about this. I think everyone has insecurities stemming from their relationships with their parents, friends, exes, or even societal pressures. True. Most of them are sad, and I didn't want to submit another depressing one, so this is my lighthearted, deep shame I try to keep hidden. I love reading and writing fan fiction.
Okay.
Cute. I'm not married, and my husband knows I like reading fanfics before bed, but I still don't think he knows I've published some long, quite highly rated, embarrassing, impreg, smut-filled Styles x Derek Teen Wolf fanfic.
Oh my god. Okay. So
I'm-
she writes like porn shit about Derek from Teen Wolf.
That's so funny.
That's really goddamn funny.
I'm now 30 years, and you know what? We all need our outlets. I'm now 30 years old, and I will never tell another person in real life about the amount of bookmarks I have of fanfics describing literal ass babies. What does that mean?
Ass babies. I wish you would send some
What
of
is
your
she-
work into us.
Literally, please. Empre. What does that mean? I'm taking this
Empre.
shit to my grave. I should be ashamed. No, I will
No.
not tell anyone. And I will be so mortified if anybody ever found my AO3 account. I just want to get this off
What?
my chest. I'm fucking screaming.
That is so
funny.
goddamn funny. I like that it's like a nice lighthearted one too. Like
That's-
some people are like, you know, like, we're like our mommy issues and my self-esteem. And I like that this is like, hey, I have a deep dark secret. I write perverted fan fiction.
It's also like, wait, is she saying that this is an issue that she brings into every relationship? Is her obsession with fanfic?
Maybe she's saying that she thinks about it, so that's like how she has to bust.
It's so funny.
Okay, you guys, we are going to call the episode here. Thank you guys for writing in. We honestly have so many more stories. We can read more on Patreon, and yeah.
And we sure will. I have to check into this thing right now. I'm so sorry, guys.
Bye, you guys.
Hey.